you know, no matter what your income level is, you have the right to have access to good, competent legal representation.
We're seeing more people come to public health recently who have no jobs anymore. People who have always worked and who have made big salaries in the past now are coming to us, and we're helping them buy medications or go see the doctor. You know, these are people who have never had to ask for help before.
Also, we have a lot of people who work for a living who are very proud, but who don't make a great deal. They're not eligible for low income, but they don't have enough money to buy services for themselves, and that's a huge number.
My ex was awarded the residence in the divorce, and he was ordered to relieve me of the debt by refinancing or selling or whatever. And I figured he might do it, but he never did, and they foreclosed. And they kept sending me these things, well, you should sell this house. And I was ordered by the court to, you know, quit claim and just let him have it. But I had no way of selling this house because it was his. And I couldn't get him to do it, and he just let it go. And now he owes, it was a HUD house, so it was a federal loan. And they don't accept state divorce decrees to say this person's supposed to get you off this, but they didn't. So you're either stuck with paying it, making him somehow get your name off of it, or bankruptcy. And my husband, we're not low income, maybe moderate, but with the bills that we have, we're not able to, you know, pay for a lawyer too. So I'm kind of stuck between, you know, do I do this and skip out on my bills and forego my credit to pay for a lawyer? Or do we just let it go and we pay for his, you know, his debt?
In our situation, we had literally both parents in jail and could not get parental rights revoked. So, I mean, you have to stop and look at what's happening to the children.
Just last week we had somebody come in, and the woman didn't speak any English. She came in with a relative who interpreted for her, and she was involved in a purchase of a vehicle, and she was trying to sue to get her money back because the vehicle was repossessed by the man who sold it to her. Going through all this with her and going to court with her, she had no idea what was going on. If I would have been there to represent her, we would never have got out the fact that the guy who sold her the vehicle didn't own the title. It was a very key fact that would have changed everything if that wouldn't have come out. She was going to lose that case otherwise. That's just one example. We had to find an interpreter for her really quick. We had to get her into court, and it's those type of barriers that we have to overcome.
In one case, a woman is a wife and mother of children. She's receiving services from the University of Wyoming Domestic Violence Center. She wants her husband and the father of her children to relinquish parental rights. He refuses to sign any divorce papers, and the judge throws out the case. A woman shares her long story of domestic violence while living in another state, in which she is able to secure a restraining order which is repeatedly violated. A non-union employee, 2 years on the job, is injured on the job and is actually removed from the workplace by an ambulance. After years of living in a crowded apartment and after several months of one parent working a new job, a family saves up enough money to pay the security deposit and first month rent to move into a 3-bedroom house. The only problem time each week has her wages garnished at 25%. She makes an escape to Wyoming, but the perpetrator tracks her down and begins stalking her. After 2 weeks at home on workers' comp, the employee receives notice of termination for failure to report to work. Then just days before the new tenants move in, the hot water heater bursts and floods the basement, saturating the 30-year-old carpet that actually disintegrates as the water is vacuumed out. She remembers getting something in the mail that looked like an official document of some sort. She was able to read the words, but the words didn't make any sense.
You know, I feel like I ought to have some really insightful closing remarks, and I'm a little overwhelmed, frankly. I kind of have that sense of the first time I went snorkeling. I sat on a porch and looked out, saw the ocean. That was beautiful, saw the waves. And then I went snorkeling, and oh my God, there's this entire world that I had no idea existed. Everything I hear seems a little less talk and a lot more action is called for. And I think this meeting and the comments that I made really have made an impression. We need to take this and move forward and not just let it end here, and we will do that. And I encourage your participation, your help to come up with some practical solutions to deal with this, to figure out ways to coordinate the resources that do exist, and to work to get more resources so we really can do the job we're supposed to do for the citizens of the state.
What are we waiting on? The need's here, and I think everybody agrees with that. And if we have, where do we go? What's the next step to get this thing rolling and get some help to the people who need it?